Welcome back, and welcome to week 2 of our Advent series. There are periods in history forever linked to significant times. Those who follow art might be familiar with the Renaissance period or focus on postmodernism. Collectors of antiques might refer to the Art Deco or the Art Nouveau periods. Then there are those periods in history defined and labelled by conflict or war. The period 2020 to 2022 will be known and defined by the coronavirus. Sadly, this period will be permanently etched in the hearts and minds of those who lost loved ones from this terrible virus.
For others, the corona period will be remembered for isolation and forced separation. We were just 9 months into our appointment in Indonesia when corona hit, forcing us to cancel our travel around the territory and withdraw to the safety of our home, the place that became our home and our office for the next 2 years.
When we were appointed to Indonesia in 2019, we knew it was on the far side of the world, but we went there believing that if we needed to get home at any time, we could dip into our savings, jump on a plane, and be back in just days. Corona changed that. Suddenly, borders were closed, flights were cancelled, and even if our family needed us, we could not come.
The word Advent means to come. Advent is about coming, not our coming to God, but his coming to us. We sometimes talk about drawing near to God, but can we really come to him? Is God really within our reach?
In Advent, we celebrate something truly remarkable. God, the divine being, freely chose to come to us. In taking on human form and flesh, he bridged a divide, a chasm that we could never cross alone. At Christmas, the prayer, "O come Emmanuel," takes on special significance. In Advent, we discover not only that God is, but who God is. His name is revealed, Jesus, Emmanuel, God with us. Matthew 1:23 says, "The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel," which means God with us.
And how did God the Creator choose to come? How did he reveal himself? He came as a helpless and vulnerable child. God is certainly the God of the unexpected. People expected an earthly king, a new King David. Perhaps others looked for a mighty warrior. Jesus came as neither. Instead, he came as a baby, born as a servant.
The writings and prophecies of Isaiah describe what that meant. Chapter 53 speaks of one who was despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows and familiar with suffering. As a man, he was able to carry our sins and our sorrows. The Bible uses harsh words to describe his treatment: bruised, pierced, crushed, but then wraps those up in the wonderful phrase, "By his wounds we are healed."
As we pause to reflect upon the true meaning of Advent, we prepare again to celebrate Emmanuel, God with us. General Clifton helpfully reminds us that names were not random in Hebrew culture. They were chosen to reflect and express someone's character and works. Jesus, our Emmanuel, was to be God incarnate, with us in reality and presence, living in the hearts of those who are ready to receive him.
Our prayer for you this Advent is that you will experience a renewed sense of the presence of God, revealed to us through Jesus and made known in these days by his Spirit. And remember, the Virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel, which means God with us.